Welcome back, family. All praises due to the Most High. We back with another Acres anime review. I just finished watching episode 10 of To Be Hero X. Excuse me. And this was a good one. This is the conclusion, I believe. It's the conclusion of Lucky Cyan's rise to the top 10. And so basically, how E-Soul's arc ended with Lucky Cyan's concert starting. This is the same concert that we seen an episode or two ago where Cyan is referencing Luo, the boy that she met, the bad fortune kid that she met from the orphanage, right? So she leaving that concert. That's how the episode start off. She leaving that concert. And remember, it's been a minute now since she's been to the orphanage. She said she wanted to get on her own 2 feet before she went back. So now we at that time. She went back to the orphanage. She want to see Luo. But while she go back, she run into the dean of the orphanage. And of course, he's salty, right? So he's like, wow, how could you come back here and check out, what the situation is when you know that we're worse off because you left? And so Luo kind of overheard that conversation, right? So Cyan leave. Now, here's what was key. We learned something brand new in this episode, not just about Cyan, but about the whole society as a whole. So we start seeing people start acting weird. We start seeing this weird energy start bubbling up and moving around and affecting people. And so basically, and this started with the flashback. I think this is the cliffhanger of the last episode or something. But the dean had told Luo that how Cyan's good luck, her good fortune power works is she gets the good fortune, but that means that misfortune has to be applied to somebody else. And Luo was that impersonation of the specific misfortune that originated from Cyan's good fortune. Peep, family. But so basically, a quick example, right? They said it in the episode. It's not my idea. My example. They said in the episode, it's your good fortune if you pick up a $20 bill, but that mean it was somebody else's misfortune that they lost it, right? So all basically, good fortune, misfortune, two coins, two sides of the same coin. All of that good fortune that Cyan was given, they basically made like a church around it. Everybody she was helping out at the orphanage, all that good fortune, they was excited at first. Remember, she was like changing people's lives at first, but later down the road, bad things started happening to them to even out the good fortune and the bad fortune and the misfortune. So then people became resentful over Cyan. And so they started questioning whether she gave them good fortune to begin with. And that's why we see her trust value dropping, is because that's a reflection of her good fortune power. People are now ascribing to her a misfortune power. So her trust value is decreasing, making her less powerful, right? Equal and opposite reactions. But so now they also upset. So we see people throwing rocks at the orphanage and cursing the orphanage. Dang, this is where my misfortune started. I shouldn't have never came here to praise the, what do they call her? But Cyan with the mask and everything. And because the dean is in charge of this, is the face of the orphanage, is the center of the orphanage, all of that negative energy, that's why he has powers, family. All that negative energy is like a negative trust value on him. So he's getting darker and his energy getting darker and his tentacles getting bigger. And he about to lose it. And then he go outside and he start going off on the people that was like throwing rocks at the orphanage. Okay. So we cut back. Cyan, she having a meeting with like her managers. Same way we seen Iso with a team around him, and Nice with a team around him. Cyan got a team around him, and so they equipped her with a new guitar that turned into a weapon. I don't know if it do more than a bow stuff, but we see her using it as a bow. Right? And so now, because the whole script is flipping, this negative energy like taking over, they saying now it's spread from the orphanage to the whole general area that the orphanage is within. So Cyan, she still ain't seen Luo, right? She because Luo's like reported dead or something. She don't believe the dean, so she don't believe him. So with this negative energy floating about, and now there's reports and news, and people are like, hey, like stay clear of this area because some stuff going down. So Cyan goes with her new weapon. She goes to investigate, right? And so she taking out, she boom, 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 boom. She doing her hero thing. Like, she doing her roller skates. She shooting bows, right? And then she pull up on the dean. Right? Handle that business. And then she end up, now we get to the real tea, because then she, after the dean, then she get to to Luo. We finally see Luo, but he like attacking her because he understands from what the dean told him that the cause and origin of all of his misfortune stems from Cyan. She's the physical embodiment of it. But what we learn, family, about the details of why she lived, right? And so this is what we learn about trust value. She lived not because she had this innate power, but because everybody on that plane wanted her to survive. It was their will that she survived because they believed they were all dying. So they imposed all these well wishes on her, which made her seem lucky, which then reinforced itself with the trust value thing. You see how it's like it reinforces itself. But so they applied that to her. That's why it's misfortune and good fortune is two sides of the same coin. They turn their collective misfortune. We are all losing our families. We're all losing our life off this plane crash. But if this one baby can survive, then maybe we can find good fortune in that. They'll tell my son that I love them. She'll help somebody in the future. Things of that nature. So this collective misfortune it reincarnated as good fortune in Cyan. But unfortunately, when she gave other people good fortune, the universe had to balance out with some misfortune later. So Luo and Cyan come to this collective understanding, and she end up saving. She bring back the marble, and she end up saving him the same way that he saved her. And because she squashed all that, so they termed this, I guess, is the first instance where they learned that this type of negative trust value phenomenon can happen. So they called it fear. But so it seemed like this is the first time they came across this phenomenon. Cyan handled the whole situation, fixed everything. Now the orphanage is better than before, and now she's a top 7 hero. And so, hey, we on to the next hero. All praises due to the Most High, family. Peace and love.